get an opinion of all 6 of you. You are in the war room on draft day for the Browns. Do you go with a defensive player or an offensive player with your number 1 pick, knowing that you just brought Greg Williams in?
No, you just get Myles Garrett and move on.
Okay, so defense. What about the rest of you? Offense or defense?
How about,
Let's just put it
just make it quick here. Munch, how about you? What do you do drafting? Pick number 1 pick.
You take the best player on the board, which is Myles Garrett, you take that.
Okay.
Stop being the smartest guy in the NFL that ends up with a 1-15 record. You take Myles Garrett.
Well, best available at any position.
Best player.
Hammer, what do you think?
I mean, Garrett is the best player, but I'll say this, until they figure out the quarterback thing, we're just spinning our wheels, right?
Best player available makes no sense until you have a quarterback.
Right. So to me, I think they've got to take a long look at the quarterbacks, and if there's a way they could end up with both Myles Garrett and the best quarterback, that is a successful draft.
Are these quarterbacks better than Wentz and Goff? They passed on both of those guys last
Yeah,
year.
they made a mistake last year. They should have drafted Wentz. That was a mistake. Listen, they probably should
How can you
draft.
say it was a mistake? Well, we don't know what they've done yet.
Well, it's my opinion, Andy. I think it was a mistake. I think they made a mistake on Wentz. They traded down. The guy they drafted, doesn't look great, but I'll give him time. But until you get a quarterback, nothing else matters. They can't win. Look at the Houston Texans. Their roster's as good as any in football. They're never going to win.
Yeah, but you don't draft your quarterback just because you need
Of course not. No, I'm not saying
high.
do that. That's why I said you probably still draft Myles Garrett in the end. But you can't just blindly say take the best player available, because you'd rather have a good quarterback than a great defensive lineman. Because J.J. Watt didn't play for the Texans last year. They were just as good.
You draft one of these 3 guys and you start them from day 1?
In this specific case, I would take Myles Garrett, because I'm not a draft guru. I talk to people that do this for a living. They're all saying none of these quarterbacks are that great. So yes, in this case, but you have to solve the quarterback situation.